Hi, welcome to Leap Taken. This is Mika, and here at Leap Taken, I talk about all things witchy, craft-related, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. So today, I want to talk about this tag that I found actually, I found it in a couple different places. So I'm going to link everybody that I found this tag in. It's the tag Happy Witch tag. So I had actually did a video a little while ago where I talked about, why I'm glad to be a witch and practice witchcraft and so forth. So this is up my alley. But there are 10 questions, I haven't put them out here, that I'm going to go ahead and answer in support of this tag. And I think it started probably back in October. I'm just seeing it, so I'm just going to post it. But if you also are someone who's a YouTuber or anything like that and happens to be a witch, go ahead and get in on this tag. I think it's good to put that positive energy out right now. So I'll jump right in. So it's 10 questions. First question: what makes you happiest about the fact that you're a witch? A, that I'm a freaking witch. B, which makes me happy about it is freedom. There's so much I don't deal with in my life as far as this fear, fear. I get concerned. Yes, I get afraid of things at times, but the fear that would kind of keep me from being free and wild and myself, yeah, I don't have that going on. And if for any reason that was to creep in, I can check that very easily and I can move forward. So freedom, practicing witchcraft has shown me, or what makes me happiest about it, is my ability to know that there are no limits. I have abilities and there's no limits on them. Maybe I just haven't discovered everything yet. Maybe I don't know it yet, but I have the freedom of choice and decision and following or not following through. I just love that. So that makes me very happy. The freedom to be a witch, to live my life out loud as a witch. So that's my happiest. So number 2, which practice do you tend to enjoy most in your witchcraft and why? What practice do I enjoy most? I'm going to probably say for me, it's going to be divination. Any type of candle work. I enjoy I'm trying to think like all of it, like which practice. So we'll just say that. Okay, the divination, I'll leave it alone because I'm about to name everything. Divination is probably my favorite. I enjoy that the most because divination is not always to me about seeing into the future. It can be. But sometimes to get a better understanding of what has already happened and where I'm at now, I use divination tools such as tarot cards and things like that as a tool to contact the spirit world and, certain people I want to talk to, or, entities, spirits that I'd like to talk to. I like using those tools for that purpose, and I find that most enjoyable because it's amazing to me to this day how I went my good portion of my life not realizing that was even possible, and it could have solved so many issues in the past. So that's my most enjoyable practice, is divination. How have you changed in positive ways as the result of practicing the craft? In positive ways, by far, I would say I am much more of a free spirit type. I think age has a lot to do with this too, though. A much more free spirit type. I don't really, okay, just the fact to get on and do this channel and speak out loud and be out the broom closet and deal with, sometimes you might see in my comments, some cray religious folks coming in with their stuff. But in the positive ways, I just feel like the way I handle that, as I'm still actually living my life out loud, for me, it was always there, but claiming being a witch has taken it to new levels. It's just so much I don't give a dang on about. I was going to curse. How much I don't care about as far as like people's views, opinions, and things like that. Doesn't matter. And in a positive way, that has shielded me from dealing with the cray people who come in and want to criticize, judge, and make comments and all that sort of stuff in real life as well. Because I feel strong in who I am, and I like me. I like this. I'm not someone who has to rediscover themselves in their mid-40s because so many years, no shade if that's you, but for most of their years, you know, they've been living a lie, they've been living this life. I don't have to do that. I've been on this path for more than a decade, and guess what? I got myself right in my adult years, so I'm good. And that's a positive thing for me. I'm about to go into a tangent. Let's go to the next question. Okay, number 4. What has been the most positive result you have had from a spell or ritual? Well, it depends on how we define positive. But anyway, the one that I'll say now, I want to say, oddly enough, not to move here. When we were living in Tennessee, my family and I really wanted to get back to Florida, but there had to be some conditions in order for that to happen. I used witchcraft, spell work, ritual to make those conditions happen. And they did happen in the order that I did the spell work for. And the ending result was we moved to Florida, not just moved in a haphazard way, like we moved and I got everything I wanted. So that was my most positive result. I'm just saying a move, but it was a bigger deal. It was a physical moving location situation, but it was bigger than that. The whole process, everything, our lifestyle, everything changed from that point forward. So it was a big deal. So yeah, that was the most positive result. How has your craft enriched the lives of others? Well, the people who I live in this home with, and my children, I should say, 'cause one of them is not in the home, they benefit greatly because they have a mother who will move the earth if she has to, move everything to make it possible for them to do well, for them to be healthy. I'll do anything in my power, and if it's not my power, I will tap into others and get it done. So I would say that they're benefiting very well from that. Since that's the energy I'm on, you know, that's my family. I'll do anything. I love these people. My husband, for sure, his career, as all aspects of his life, have definitely been his skill, because I don't want to be disrespectful, his skill and my witchcraft. It was a great combination. So the next question, number 6. What are you most looking forward to trying your craft, and why? Well, I don't want to say I've done it all. By the way, I didn't read or have answers to these questions ahead of time. I kind of wanted to give you like an authentic response. So what am I looking forward to? See, I have some things coming up. I plan out a month's worth of video content. Sometimes I change it depending on things like this. I didn't plan this. But there's some things I'm going to be introducing about cottage witchery. So that's it. I'll say that. That's what I'm looking forward to. I'll just leave it there. Why? Because it's fun. And I'm a cottage witch. So yeah, that's why I'm most looking forward to getting into more and sharing more. I should say that. And I think secretly most of us are cottage witches. But anyway, number 7. What do you like the most about witchy community, online and or offline? Well, I don't have a lot of witchy friends here offline in my offline community, so I'll just answer with online. What do I like most? The fact that they exist and I have access, and that's why I wanted to have this channel. So I know what I was looking for whenever I would go on YouTube, for instance, to find people who were kind of with the same mindset that I was. And I wanted to be that for somebody else. So I appreciate the mere fact that there are people who are just out there willing to share, willing to really open themselves up in their practice, their lives, up to the greater community, online community. And I love the impact that has. So that's what I love about the community. The sharing and the feedback that you get. And yeah, there's some of the other maybe not so cool stuff that goes down, but for the most part, I think people's lives have been changed, because we talk a lot about social media and the effects that are not so great, but I think a lot of people's lives, I know my lives have been changed. My life has been changed greatly by access to social media and having access to witches online, because you don't feel so alone. And it doesn't matter if you're 14, if you're 44 or 64. If you're doing this, we're human first, and you don't always want to feel like you're part of the alternative. You're always excluded from the mainstream. So that online community can just feel refreshing. It can feel comforting. And you can forge real friendships with other witches. So I appreciate that. Who you probably would have never, they're in St. Louis and you're, wherever you are. So that's what I say about that. I like the idea that there is a community. Number 8, how do you envision your craft evolving positively in the future? Well, I think that my craft will evolve positively in the future because I am, first and foremost, very interested in always learning just a little bit more, reviewing what I've already learned, and then practicing and applying everything that I've learned. So there's always something new, and the stone that I just didn't quite look under, I might have started and I didn't finish looking under. So there's always a little bit more nugget of information I can go seek out and learn and hopefully apply. So for me, evolving, I don't know, new levels. I don't know. Will I get to the point in my witchcraft where I'm not using tools at all to communicate? Will it just be a conversation in my head type of thing, or what I perceive to hear out loud? When it comes to conversing with spirit, ancestors, deity, or what have you, will I begin to actually visually see things more often and on command? That's always cool to think about that. So this is how I'm thinking about my witchcraft evolving. I know a lot of us probably think like this, but you might not want to say because it sounds a little woo-woo wonky, but yeah, why not, right? Why not? But anyway, no, more seriously though, as far as my craft evolving, I just want to say the biggest thing that I want to see positively happening is just consistency. And I'll get more about that in the top of the year. I'm going to be talking a lot about consistency in your witchcraft and spell work, ritual, all that sort of stuff, and what that looks like, what that means. So that's something I'd like to see evolve more, and that would be very positive for me. Number 9, how do you keep your witchcraft practice healthy, happy, and productive? How do you keep your witchcraft practice healthy, happy, and productive? Accountability. Myself. I journal. I write things down because to me, that's keeping myself accountable, because I know it's here. I know my thoughts. I know what my creed is. I know what my vision is. I know what my goals are. So if I'm deviating too much from that, which would be unhealthy and not very productive, I can go back and refocus myself. As far as keeping my witchcraft happy, I think this YouTube channel makes me happy, doing that and sharing this part of myself, part of my spirituality. The other thing that makes me happy is, again, the online community and having access, because I don't have it in, here in offline. So where I'm at right now, and I don't know how that's even going to work with COVID right now, but having that access, and I have a few people I've friended and things like that, and I'm thinking about even doing something coven related. I've been hinting toward it, but I'll if I do, it'll be 2021 when that happens. But anyway, yeah, just even the idea of that makes me happy, so that's good. Just always taking, leveling up my witchcraft a little bit at a time, or maybe big steps at a time. That's how I like to keep it healthy, happy, and productive. Looking ahead, still having reverence for where I'm at and now and where I've come from, but kind of always keeping my eyes moving forward on what else I can add in. And the last question, number 10, what is one piece of advice you would share with other witches to help them make their path more positive? Okay, there's the answers I could give. Don't listen to anybody, do your own thing. Yeah. You probably already know that. What would I say, though, to make your path more positive? Write things down. keep some sort of magical spiritual journal for sure. Those are important. Again, it helps you. It's about you being accountable to you, because you know what you started with, you know what your intentions were. Also, if you're starting from a negative space as well, sometimes going back and reading what you wrote and the point of, the reason you did that spell or the reason you thought that ritual was necessary can also kind of align you back to a positive path, because you're like, whoa, I was really emotional, it was a lot going on. I would also say do daily tarot readings. If you're not into tarot, if you don't have any, there's virtual ones or digital ones. There's apps now that you can use. I would even use that. Do a card a day, just to focus your energy on, because there's so much information now than there had ever been before when it comes to witchcraft. And sometimes you just kind of got to stay in your own little world a little bit. So pull that card, a card a day. And, I would just ask, what energy should I focus on? And that's kind of your directive for the day. You have other things that you could be doing, of course, witchcraft related, mundane related throughout your day. But it's just something in the back of your head. Journal about it. I'm always going to tell you to write stuff down, to journal, because to me, that has been kind of, since I could write, I've kept a diary. It has been beneficial in my overall health, mental health. So, yeah, I would just say use some sort of technique where, if you're not doing tarot, some sort of tool where, you're asking spirit as far as about, the type of energy that would be fitting for you for that day. Try to do something daily if possible. If you don't want to do daily, maybe set it for the week. The point is, it's just a way to refocus so you can kind of stay on you and your path and keep the positivity that way. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And all the other stuff, don't follow blindly behind people. Yeah, just that. So that was, there is actually more I want to say about that real quick. I know, and I'm a YouTuber, I understand there are people that have a large following who talk about witchcraft, right? And I think that sometimes, okay, we got to be honest with each other, right? We should be honest with each other. I'm a woman of a certain age, as I like to say. So when I'm looking through my camera, whether it's on my phone or computer, and I'm looking at someone's channel, because I've watched these channels too, right? I pick up certain things that are happening in the background. I'm picking up on certain energies, the things they're saying and the things they're not. The more you watch a channel, you kind of get to know of the person. Certain little quirks come out, even for those who kind of come on and they want to give you a certain picture of themselves, a certain way. They want to present themselves in a very specific way on camera. And there's really nothing wrong with that, because you're allowed to get what I give you of me. The problem with following some of these people is when and I kind of alluded to level up. The thing about that is, I hope you guys know that these people that sometimes YouTubers and things like that, influencers will say that we're watching, right? They leveled up off of you, not because, well, I guess the witchcraft was bringing the crowds in, right? But that's how they leveled up, because whether it was through donations or, buying their product or their merch or what have you. Again, nothing wrong with that, because if you see some merch coming from me at some point, don't freak out. I'm not anti. I'm just making it, make sure everybody understands that they don't hold keys that you don't possess. I guess that's what I want to say. Because you're looking at it and you're like, oh wow, look at their come up. They leveled up. They did this. And I guess there's something to be said about that witchcraft that they're doing. And now you're hanging on their every word, right? So what I would just say, again, on this last question, piece of advice, it was one, but I'm going to expand on my original piece, is just remember, there's more than meets the eye. Did witchcraft work? Possibly. I don't know. I don't know what you did. I don't know what spell they did. But the point is, you being attracted to their channel and you kind of falling in love with what you think they have and you'd like to have that too. So you think witchcraft is the answer, and you maybe were doing witchcraft, but maybe you just don't have the right steps, the right keys, the right ritual, the right spell to make it happen for you the way it's happened for them. And I think a lot of us, whether we want to admit it, we think like that, or we have thought like that, right? So the thing about this whole thing with following behind somebody is you only get what they show you. You only get what I show you. I mean, I do. It probably spills out because I'm kind of a blunt person, and this is me. You know, if you were here and we were just, you know, sitting up here kikiing it up, this is how I talk. I talk with my hands. I'm a girl from Jersey. You know, sometimes I dress up, sometimes I dress down. I usually got on a lipstick. That's who I am. You know, I'm very authentic. I'm real. This is who I am. I don't know even how to get on here and be fake. One, I swear, somebody will walk in a room and I feel like they're going to come in and just tell you the truth. Like my husband will come in and say, you know, you don't be doing that. Why you say that? Or my daughter will, you know, walk by with the camera with a face that explains that I'm not being honest. So just be careful who you're following. That would be my other piece. I tell you, no one else possesses the keys. Sometimes people can give you information, inspiration. That's what I hope you get from this channel, inspiration. But you possess those keys. It's all in you. You have your own moral compass. You don't need anybody, a book, a reverend, a guru, an influencer, a YouTuber to tell you. Sometimes we can be reminded of that. That's cool. I need that too sometimes. However, you possess the keys to make this witchcraft thing work. You do, not anybody else. That works for them. And also what you might be looking at as success or as it working for them, again, it's what they put in front of you. So just keep that in mind. There's so much more I could say on that, but I won't. I will not. But that's pretty much it. And I'll just leave it here. So the tag again is hashtag happy witch tag. I'm happy. I'm a witch. And tag you're it if you have a channel. So go ahead and make one too. Thank you for watching. Again, I'm Mika. This is Leave Taken. Please like, subscribe, share this video. Again, if you subscribed already, thank you. I appreciate it very much. Seriously, I really appreciate it. And thank you again for watching. Bye-bye.